Why did I register 6 LLCs in the state of Pennsylvania all by myself? Great question. Let me tell you the story. By the way, it's day 72 of me filming a short every single day for the rest of my life. Make sure to follow if you want more content like this. Let's get into it. We gotta head all the way back to 2016 when I first found Gary Vee and I started getting obsessed with the idea of business and like creating businesses. Not actually doing any business yet, just creating businesses. I got this crazy idea to model all of my business ventures and my ideas off of like VaynerX. If you're not familiar with it, that's his holding company. And then he has a bunch of companies underneath like VaynerMedia, whatever the other ones are. So me just getting out of college a couple years later in 2019 decided, I'm gonna start building that. The structure, the idea of owning a holding company and then that company owning other companies, not a bad idea. Just is kind of complete overkill when you've never done any business whatsoever and you're 22. So anyway, right away I made my first mistake. The very first LLC that I ever formed, I named it Mark Joseph Szymanski LLC. Don't ever do that. Ever. It's not like you can't do it, okay? But it gets annoying so quickly when the actual entity name and your name is the same thing. And then you're like signing shit or writing stuff. The banks get confused. Just don't do it. A little bit later down the line, I ended up changing that to MJS Industries LLC. Much better name there. In the interim there, I formed my first subsidiary LLC, Find It Tech. Service-based business, building websites, still have it today. We talked about it yesterday. Stupid name, but it's been the business that has generated me the most money thus far. We're up to 2 LLCs if you're counting at home. Keeping up with my obnoxious ambition, about a month later, I formed a partnership LLC with a buddy of mine called Zenith Properties Group LLC. What the hell were we going to do there, you might ask? We had this crazy vision to get into real estate investing with no money at 23 years old. Registered the LLC, did all the cool marketing things, getting usernames, domain names, building like simple website, all that sort of stuff. Never got off the ground whatsoever, never made any money. Enter LLC number 4, Szymanski Media LLC. Not a perfect name, but actually a great idea and one that I will probably have forever. I wanted a separate entity that was going to be like my personal brand entity. So anytime I would do any content that would get paid or advertisements, affiliates, even like consulting to some degree, it would go through that. I would say that was a pretty good idea overall. On to LLC number 5, and I'm cracking up right now because I'm just realizing I have this Excel spreadsheet that has a timeline of all the events that have taken place in my life. Not only have I registered all these LLCs, but this entire story so far has taken place between February 2019 and June of 2019. This is ridiculous. Anyway, Fueled by Progress LLC, this one hurts the most out of all of them. The absolute best name, decent marketing, half decent idea, but literally just going with the crowd. The business plan was like apparel, podcast, and community because again, I was just like watching a bunch of fitness type influencer business people combined with people that were having podcasts and doing content, and it could have worked. It still could work. I mean, I still have it. I love the name. At a certain point down the line, I was just juggling way too many things and it just didn't make any sense. Last one, the 6th and final LLC, and AM and the PM LLC. Literally no reason whatsoever to have registered an LLC for this. Similar to Fueled by Progress, it was mainly a podcast with my then girlfriend and fiance and now wife. Don't regret that at all. We had a lot of really good conversations together and with other couples, but we never really monetized that at all. We tried to sell some merch. That didn't really work. We didn't have a following. It was just kind of like a project. But I was in my phase of making LLC, so I decided that I needed to do one. Just silly. So that's pretty much it. I've been in LLC registration withdrawal since 2020, but you never know when I'm going to relapse. I'll talk to you tomorrow.